and person of Glory. Yeah, she was my coursemate. Yeah, she was my coursemate. She was also a very good friend of mine. I think we are staying the same while on campus. So
Sorry, sorry, sorry. If you, yes, we can hear you. If your screen is not, if your mic is not muted, kindly mute your mic. Idris, yes, thank you so much. So that we can all hear him accurately and clearly. So sorry. Yes, you can continue now. And I would love if you could share your screen with us. We want to see the face behind this lovely voice.
okay, it's fine.
Okay.
Just a minute. Can you see me now? Can we see me? All right. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Please, I want you to thumbs up. I want to be sure you can hear me. Like thumbs up. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we are hearing you.
Okay, yeah. All right, so it's a privilege to be here. It's an opportunity to be here, and I do not take it for granted. I want to firstly appreciate the convener, which is Gloria. I deeply appreciate that. That's a good one for man, a very big one. And I really want you to understand, everyone here, you shouldn't take this lightly, right? Because even for the fact she actually organized this, beyond the event, there is what she really wants to achieve, and beyond what she wants to achieve, there is what you're going to gain. It is actually a very big one. So I thank her for the opportunity for bringing me on board, and I did not take it for granted. So, okay, officially, I'm Kayode Ayomide. I'm an author. I'm also a public speaker. And I think she also said this earlier. I also took part in the last concluded, that was just on Sunday, concluded 20 days of speaking challenge by World Guinness Record, LDA in Lagos, Nigeria, which we are also expecting the official announcement by the World Guinness Record now. So that's just a little background about who I am and about some of the things I do. So, without wasting much of our time, I'll just go straight into the subject of the matter. Hope I'm not too fast, please. When I'm coming too fast, just call on my attention.
All right,
Can we
sir.
see everybody?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, so let me just share my screen. Let me share my screen.
Oh, okay.
When you can see my screen, just let me know. Can we see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm asked to talk about academics goal setting. Academic goal setting. But I do believe that even before you can set academic goal, you have to really understand what goals really entails. You have to really know what goal entails. And when you hear the word goal, if you notice, the two first letter of the word goal is G-O. Is what? G-O. And that word G-O simply means just as it is goal. That's the word goal. And when you think of goal now, the goal, that's the full word Goal. It means to make movement, right? Yes, to make a movement to make progress. But it makes sense because whenever I want to speak on something, I'm always trying to look at, okay, how do this word really came about, where the first users, why did they even make the word goal itself? So I realized that the word goal, as it's where to be, it's actually gotten from an English word, an old English word, G-O-L, goal. G-O-L, goal. Can you see me, please? I don't know, can you see me? Please,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
yeah, all right. So when you think of the word Goel now, goal. Okay, let me just give an example. You might have a goal like, okay, I want to attain. Let me say, I want to be the first. I want to be a first class student. That's a goal, right? I want to be a first class student is a goal. One. You might also say, I want to lose weight, probably your obese. I want to lose weight. That's a goal. So I said all of that to say that the word goal is actually an end goal of something. Do we get that? Like a product of something. I want a thumbs up. Do we get that? I'm waiting. I want a thumbs up from us if you get that. Yeah, okay. So when you hear the word goal, goal talks about a finish line of something, an end product of something. So that's what the word goal really means. But before I continue, I would like to play a very short video for us. Please, just a very short one. Just let me know when you can see it. Can you see? You can see still my screen, right? Because while preparing, I just stumbled on this little video and I would like to share it because what's happening. Okay, just few minutes. Oh god, I don't know why it's not responding. Okay, yeah. Just keep speaking while I wait for the video. Can you see me? So when I think of the word goal, as I said earlier, I said goal has to do with a product, an end goal, like what you want to achieve, right? But that's just a product, right? Then the next question you want to ask yourself is, for me to actually achieve these products, how can I really achieve it? That's the next question. How can I really achieve it? Because as I said earlier, I said the word goal is pointing at a finish line. It's pointing at the finish line. So the goal you want, your goal is a finish line that will help you achieve that goal. Let me give another example. Let me say, for instance, now your goal is probably you want to bake a cake. Yes, that's the goal. I want to bake a wedding cake. I want to bake a birthday cake. That's your goal. But having that goal alone would not lead you to that. Would not provide the cake. Having the goal alone that, oh yes, I want to do this, it won't provide the cake. So if you would ever harness that goal, if you ever materialize that goal, it means you should have a way of achieving it. That you should have something, let me say, you should have a way of getting into the process. And that's where the word system now comes in. Hope you're still following me. Are we still there? That's where system comes in. Just as I said earlier, I said goal is more like a product of something, it's an end goal. It's me saying, okay, I want to be a first class student, or I want to actually bake a cake. That's a product of something. But the next question I want to ask myself is, how can I really get myself into this process? Because, for instance, as I said, as I want to get the cake, for instance, now, it's either I bake the cake, or I buy the cake, or I meet, I consult a caterer that, oh, I want to bake cake, can you really help me bake this cake? So if I don't pass through any of those three, there is no how I can actually get my cake baked. Did we get that? Yeah, there's no way I can get my cake baked. So if I really need that cake beyond my reach, then I must take step. I must take step. And that step taking, that's where the word system is now coming. That's where the word system coming. Because as James Clear would say that it's not enough to build goal, or it's not enough to have goal, but you must have system. And what's the work of system? System now talks about step-by-step process that helps you achieve your goal. Are we getting that? I said goal is a product, system is the process. So that's the key two words. That's what I'm just trying to, point out to you. That goal is a product, while system is the process of you achieving that goal. Achieving that goal. Because if you don't have a system that is leading you towards your goal, that is helping you materialize your goal, you won't achieve it. And this is just a bare truth. For instance, everyone gain admission to school that, oh, I want to study this course, or I want to learn this trade, or I want to learn this skill. Everyone is being admitted. But the truth is, it's not everyone that will say the highest height in that career, or the highest height in that skill. Why? Because it's not everyone that envisioned it. It's not everyone that sets their goal at home. Some people are reading, for instance, and their own is, oh, let me just read and pass. While some people are not just reading to pass, but they are reading to become the very best. I remember one of my words to a very, very close friend of mine, that was even before gaining admission. I told him something. I said, we are not trying to write JAM not to fail. We are trying to write JAM to get the score that we need to achieve the right course we want.
So sorry, Ayo, I wanted to say something. Is it possible for your slide to follow your teaching?
I don't know if you
Like,
get that statement. We are not just studying.
can you hear me?
Before we writing jams, we are not writing jam or preparing for jam to not pass. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
me?
Yes, I can hear
Sorry.
you. But I wanted to say
Okay, okay.
something. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a way your slide could follow your teaching? So that in case it will just be a
Okay,
very
okay,
beautiful way of
okay.
learning.
I'm still on the first line, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I've not. Okay, sure, I will.
Thank you so much, sir.
I wanted to play a video before, that's why I've not been doing the slide. Do you get that? Okay, let me stop sharing and reshare. Now let's continue. So as I was saying, yeah, I'm coming a minute. Alright. So as I was saying, I was talking about goals earlier, and how that goal is actually a product, right? And understanding is a product, then there is also a process to it. There's also a process to it. Let me just speak on this second slide. If you find continue what you say. Now, there's something scary and I actually discovered that about 75% of people actually set goal, but only 15% of those achieve their goal. So we have set goal and about just 15% achieve the goal. Then you may want to ask why or what actually led to that or what's the reason for that. Just as I was explaining earlier, I said there's difference between goal and system. In the sense that your goal is talking about a product. My system talks about how to get to that product, the step-by-step process of achieving that goal. That's the step-by-step process of materializing that product. Okay, I think I've spoken about this, what the story really means when I spoke about the end and the finish line. So it goes to my next slide. Now, there's this illusion that comes with goal setting. And the illusion is that if everybody is asking, well, how many people have goal for the year, you raise up your hand. And because of that, some individual might look at it, then it means this person is not having issue. See, he or she has what? Has a goal. But a situation whereby you don't have goal now, there is the way other people look at you. Oh, this person is not serious, or this person is not, serious about his life, he's not responsible. So having goals sometimes makes you feel productive. That's false productivity. Because when you have a goal without a system, although you have something you are aiming at, you have an holistic goal. This is the person I want to be. But when there is no system, there is no step by step process of materializing that goal. Can you get me? Hello, are we still there? I just want this
Yeah.
thumbs up from us. Okay, good. Yeah. So I said that to say that there's a way you can have yes, I want to be the best student. I want to be first class. These are good, they are good. But then when you don't have system, there's an illusion that comes with it. You feel productive, that's false productivity. Now that's when you're not acting in alignment to that goal. Another thing is borrowed responsibility. God's creates an illusion of having a plan is the same. Okay, having a plan now is not the same as executing it. I hope you know that it's not the same. Okay, yes, you have a plan that you want to achieve this, you have a plan that you want to become this. But the question now is, do you have a system that is helping you with manifesting that plan, that is helping you achieving that plan step by step? And I think I'm going to also share that later when I break the word system down later. Now, motivation fades. What do I mean by motivation? Motivation fades. When you build your life on motivation, there are days you will not be motivated. And on that day, what will make you do that to achieve it? Things you are not motivated. What will make you really do, okay, I want to achieve this? What will really make you do that your task that will be achieved that day? So that's why beyond building your life, it's not sufficient enough to build a life on motivation. We should build it on what? On system. Okay, let me move to the next slide. A minute, please. All right. Now, goal versus system. As I've said earlier, I said goal has to do with products. One system is there, which is the process. It gives you direction. Goals give you direction, but system creates the outcome. But then, as I said earlier, you can't leave one and go with the other. because product is important, process is also important. Because when you look at the product, you pass through the process. You pass through the process. Now, let me go fully into system. When you think of system, think of a machine. And this is the reason why I call it a machine. I call it a machine because it's a step-by-step process of achieving your goal, which is the product. Now, a step-by-step process of achieving your goal, which is the product. And what I mean is a step-by-step process of achieving your goal, which is the product. The same way every machine have fuel, your system also have a fuel. And that fuel is what we now call. The only one speaking it. Is anyone there? Anyone have an idea? When you hear the word habit, what comes to your mind? Like what do you think of? Can you hear me? Okay. So what comes to your mind when you hear the word habit? Are you typing or you want to use the mic? I'm waiting. Is anyone speaking or should I just continue? Like when you hear the word habits, what comes to your mind? I said the same way you have every machine has fuel. It's the same way your system as a person has a fuel called habit. So when you hear the word habit, what comes to your mind? Is anyone answering? Is anyone there? Okay. Is anyone answering the person? I am. Okay, habits. Is that the answer? The person, someone is typing the person I am. Is that your answer for habit? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. But actually, when I actually think of the word habits, just as it sounds, I actually define it as what? Adding bit. And I'll tell you the reason why I actually define it as adding bit. Because over time, when you want to form new habit, you want to become better at something, or you want to learn something, sometimes, imagine, okay, I say I want to lose my weight now, probably I'm obese. Because right now I'm not. Probably I'm not to say, oh, I want to lose weight, or I want to have a more healthy weight. For most people, they just say, okay, it means I'll wake up by 5 a.m. I think I'm senior. Please meet your mind. Okay, thank you very much. Now, let's say for adventure, for instance, I want to, as I was saying earlier, I want to have a good weight size. Good with healthy weight size now. And I think of waking up 5 a.m., going to gym 6 a.m., cutting all snack or fat food. If I was eating maybe 4 times a day, I want to start eating 3 times a day. That's good actually. Those steps are good. But me trying to do everything at the same time, like you've not been doing it before, you just want to wake up tomorrow morning by 5, go to gym by 6, you are eating 4 times, you want to start eating twice, and then you're snacking, that is, you're eating maybe something like meat pie or processed food like 4 or 5 times. You want to stop it at to 0 level. That it sounds good, the truth is that kind of habit or that kind of activity habit not last for long. Why? Because it's not realistic. And what do I mean by it's not realistic? This has been your life for, let me say, for the last 20 or 10 years, and you just want to stop it in a day. It's not possible. But when you think of, okay, let me stop one, let me start waking up by 5 now. When you do that consistently long enough, you now say, okay, now let me start cutting down on my diet. Normally I snack for like 4 times, that is, I eat processed food for like 4 times daily. That's apart from your normal breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, that's what I mean by that snacking. I eat it for like 4 times daily. Let me reduce 4 to 2. And so something like that. Now, don't forget, you started by waking up 5 a.m. to jog and to do some other thing before. And when you've seen your level of consistency in that is, your mind is now telling you that, oh, since you're consistent in that, there's a kind of dopamine your brain is releasing. That is even helping your system to know that, oh, whenever this guy achieves these activities, then it means your mind is not trusting you that, oh, this person can actually meet up with his goal. Now, when you do that, now you now adding another activity that, oh yes, I want to start breaking up, or I want to start reducing the level of snack I'm taking. Your mind will be able to process it better than you forcing yourself to do the whole four. Just as I mentioned initially, you want to eat by 5, go to gym by 6, cut down your snack level from 4 to 0, and then your normal diet of meeting like 4 times a day, you want to break it down to 2. I said that is not realistic, but when you take it step one at a time, you build one and you're successful in that one, you take the other one, you're successful in that one, you take third one. That way, is how you now realize that you're not just trying to do so many things at the same time, but you are building an habit. You're building, you know, I want a thumbs up. Are we getting that? I'm still waiting. I want a thumbs up. I want to be sure. Okay, yeah, thank you very much. So now, okay, now that's why I really define habit as adding a bit. So as you do that, you realize that now you're not just forming, you're not just building, you're not just telling your system that I want to do this, I want to do that, but you're really doing them. And as you do them, something is happening to you. You are being transformed. Because you that normally you take 4 or 5 snack daily before, now you're seeing yourself taking 2, and not just taking 2, trying to force yourself, but you've done it again and again and again and again, that somehow it's not even becoming your default state. That's what I mean by what adding a bit. I don't know. I really love to play this video, but I don't know if there's time. Probably after the meeting, I'll play the video so we can really get what I'm really saying. Okay. Now let me go back to my slide. Okay. So that's what I really mean by habits, and habits being the fuel of your system. Just like normal way you have machine, and the fuel of the machine is normal fuel. So your system as a person, the fuel of that system is your habit. That's what you do consistently, what you do daily. Okay, I've also talked about this. Not okay, habits, no movement. Okay, let me just say a little thing about this now. Okay, let me just say, should I? Okay, yeah, let me say a little thing about this. No habits, no movement. What do I mean now? For instance, okay, let me make this more engaging. Can anyone just write their current goal in the comment section, or you want to use the mic? Just write your current goal. Let me use it as an example. What's your current goal? Can you write it down? Can write it in the comment section. Are we there? Yeah, let me just check. Is anyone typing? Your current goal, like what goal do you have in mind currently? Can you just write it? Let me just use it to explain something here. Is anyone doing that? Or you want to use the mic? If you want to speak, you can speak. And if you want to type, you can type. I'm still waiting. Anyone? Good. Someone said he wants to graduate as the best graduating student. Now, just as I said, that's a product, right? So what system have you built to achieve that goal? Have you built any system? Just tell me in one word or just one letter, like what are you doing currently about that goal? That's just what I mean. I'm waiting. Are you there? I type in, should I wait? Okay. Okay, making yourself, but that's still the, okay, I'll work on that. I'll use that to explain what I'm explaining now. Now, let me see, just as you said, Usman now, Andres Usman, your goal is to become the best graduating student. Fine, that's cool. Now, my goal is to be the best graduating student. Let me say I'm studying a course of 4 years, for instance. I'm just using that. I don't know how long the course is, but let me just say 4 years, for instance. Now you have a 4. It means in the next 4 years, I should be the best graduating student in my department. For me to achieve that, this is what I need to do. Now, I want to be the best graduating student. That's a 4-year plan now. So in 4 years, I should be able to break that 4 years to years. That's what should I do each year to achieve my goal? Are you following me? Just I need a thumbs up. I need a thumbs up. Are you following me? Okay, good. So what should I do each in yearly to achieve that goal? One, it means I'm breaking my 4 year to 1 year. From 1 year, I'm breaking it to months. That's about 12 months. For months, I'm breaking it into 1 month. That's month two. You should get that. Then for months, I'm breaking it into weeks. From weeks, I'm breaking it into day. And from day, I'm bringing it to a specific time slot. That's what I call it. Specific what? Time slots. Now, I realize that it's a 4 year plan. But now I've gotten a to do I can do it. Is it 2 hours? Is it 3 hours? Is it 4 hours? Do you get what I just explained? I said you have a 4 year plan. From 4 years, you are breaking it down into years. Months. From months, you are bringing it down into weeks. From weeks, you are bringing it down into what? Day. Into day. Just a thumbs up if you get what I just explained. So it means your 4 year plan, you now realize that it means every day I want to spend, is it 2 hours? Is it 3 hours? Is it 4 hours? Studying. That's just the goal now. So it means if I can spend 3 hours or 2 hours every day, as I do it, okay, today I did my study for 3 hours as I'm supposed to. Tomorrow I do it. Next tomorrow, consistently like that for weeks, consistently like that for months, consistently like that for years, consistently like that, I'll achieve that goal of being the best graduating student. You know, see. So your goal is just a product because me just writing I want to be the best graduating student is good, but leaving it at that would not make that goal become what a reality, right? So if I really achieve it, I'm now building a system of me what studying either 3 to 4 hours daily. So as I do that daily, I'm gradually working towards that goal. And this is understanding because you realize that even for the best graduating students now, the first semester results will start showing it. The second semester results will start showing it. The third semester results, the next level, just 2 semesters we have now. When you move to the next level, 200 level, you start seeing it also gradually. You see your state facts achieving that goal gradually and consistently. Do we get that? Just a thumbs up to be sure get that. Can I say a thumbs up? Did we get that? Do you get what I just explained about habits? Let me just get a thumbs up to be sure so I can put, okay, thank you. So now you know what to do now, Usman. You know what to do now. Am I correct? You know what to do now. Without your goal, you have to break it. Okay, yeah, good. Thank you very much. You know what to do now. And yes, as I was talking about habits before, now there's something you have to really realize. There's what we call the plateau of latent potential. And what I call plateau of latent potential, whenever you form a new habit, for instance, now just as I've broken down your goal now from long term to a short term goal, now you want to read for 3 hours daily. At first, the first day you start, you might even slip off, right? That you're not really feeling yourself, you're not enjoying the routine now, you're not enjoying the activity. But something you have to realize is if you can really stay consistent. If you can stay consistent to it once, twice, you do it consistently for days, this is what would happen. That's what I call the latent, what I call the plateau of latent potential now is that as you do it consistently, you do it first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, you come to a point where you finally break through after a heroic effort of trying to really force your routine. You come to that point where you really break through. Let me explain it using this format now. For instance, just like what I'm showing on my slide currently, there's something about bamboo you have to understand. For bamboo now, if you plant a bamboo seed, for instance, it takes about 5 years for it to actually grow under the soil. And when I mean 5 years to go under the soil, this is what I'm just trying to explain. That is, before it actually becomes visible on the outside, it will spend 5 years beneath the soil, just going for 5 years. So, but by the 5th year, under just 6 weeks, which is less than 2 months now, your bamboo tree will grow about 7 to 9 inches tall. That's on the outside now. So imagine the first year, the second year, the third year, but by the fourth year, I'm already tired. I'm like, no, I can't keep up with this habit again. I can't stay through again. You will not get to that point where you now call the plateau of latent potential. So everybody that you think that currently they read, probably they read consistently, it did not start that way. That's just what I'm just trying to say. It didn't really start that way. There was actually a time whereby they tried to force themselves. There was a time whereby they were not enjoying it, but they just stayed through until that activity now becomes what? An habit. Did we get that now? I just need a thumbs up. Just know if you're following. Once it becomes an habit. So any activity or anything you really think you want to start doing or you want to achieve, there's always a point where you have to first of all learn it. That there have to be a point where you have to do it consistently long enough till the point where you now got the plateau of latent potential, which I just also talked about. Now talking about bamboo tree, just as I've said, I spent about 5 years beneath the soil. But just under 2 months after the 5 years, you see the bamboo physically has more than 7 to 9 inches tall. So imagine you didn't stay through that 5 years. That's the toughest time. That's when, although you're making movements, when you're not seeing invisible progress, but that does not mean you're not making progress actually. But that's now you understanding the fact that there will always be that season where it's as if things is not working, it's as if everything, although I'm putting in the work, but I'm not seeing the results. So you have to really understand that. And what will really make you stay long enough is the fact you understand that, oh, I've not really caused the Latin, the plateau of potential. So when you cross it, in few months, in few weeks, just daily, say, if you now start seeing obvious results. So that's also what I'm just trying to say in this activity. You start seeing obvious results. Let me move to the next slide. Now, ask before you chase. What am I trying to say here? Ask before you chase. You know, as I said earlier, I said goal is talking about what you want to achieve, a product, an end of something. Now, the question you want to ask yourself is, before you can actually have a product, you must know where you are going, right? Before you can think of a process, you must know where you are going. You must know what you want to achieve. You must know what you really want to become. You must know what it will take, and you must also know the system that will support it. And this is what I mean. The first is why. Why do you want this, right? Is this your desire or someone else's expectation? So that alone fuels your that alone fuels your resilience. It talks a long way of how long you really stay to that task. You understanding the clarity of the task. Why do I really want to do this? Yes, I want to be the best graduating student. So why do I want that goal? Why do I really want to achieve that? And your why you want to achieve that is directly linked to who you want to become. Yes. What do I mean? As I said earlier, your goal is a product, right? And one of what you realize about the product is the person who achieve it is not the same as the person that started. Yes, the person who achieve it said goal is a product, and now for achieving the product, there's a process. So as you pass through that process, you're being transformed. Just as I explained habit initially, it's adding bits, something you were not used to doing before, but as you stay consistent to it long enough, over time you see yourself now doing that thing almost without thinking, almost immediately, just like putting, for instance, if I want to fix let me say I want to put on my belt. For most of us, you don't want it henceforth, just realize something about yourself now. When you want to fix in your belt, you realize that there's a way you always put in the belt every day. It's either you put in today. So for some people, they start by putting it through the right side. Now they fix the right side first. For some people, they fix the left side. But I just want you to observe, henceforth, just look at yourself. Every morning, look at the way you fix your bed. You realize that it's always a certain pattern. You follow a certain pattern consistently. And somehow, this is not what you did intentionally, but because you practice it long enough, it becomes a default. That if you want to now fix your belt, even in the other way around, you see yourself struggling to actually do it. So that's just what I mean by that. So Before having a product, a goal now, you should have to say, why do I really want this goal? Who do I really want to become as I achieve this goal? And what will it really cost me? Just like planting a bamboo tree, as I said earlier, you need about 5 years for it to wait patiently, because for that 5 years, the bamboo tree will not grow visibly on the outside, but it's actually growing beneath the soil in a in a very powerful way. And if you don't really know what the cost you have to really go through, you might stay through to the fourth year or the third year and just quit. But when you really know the cost, you know it's important for you to want to stay long enough till you achieve that cost. Now, this now leads me to what I call smart goal setting. Smart goal setting. Okay, sorry. Let me just skip this first. There's something I want to talk about before that. A minute. Okay, let me talk about the seed test. Then I'll come back to the smart goal setting. The seed test. What do I call the seed test? The seed test talks about your capacity and commitment, and this is what I call your capacity. Your capacity is the ability to do the activity that will lead to your goal. What do I mean? Like, you want to be the best graduating student now. The question you want to ask yourself is, do I have the capacity? One. And what do I mean by capacity? Do I have the substance to be substantial in this goal? Like, do I really have the what it takes to achieve the goal? That's the first question. And that's the question of capacity. Can I really do it? Can I achieve it? And one of the way you can actually know this is go back and check your past results, or what have you done in the past. And sometimes, the past, one thing you must understand about the past is the past actually holds pattern. Yes, it holds pattern in the sense that you can always observe and learn the pattern of the past. Okay, why do I really do this? Okay, I did this and I got this, I did this and I got this. It's in two ways actually. When you do something and you're seeing the products, the results, this result, is it really what I want or what I didn't want? Okay, now, this past result I actually get is not really what I want. Then you actually have to look and study it carefully and see that, okay, probably this is what I did right, this is what I didn't do right, this is what I do well, or this is what I didn't do well. So that's what I mean by studying the past. Now, and what it does, it makes you see capacity. And capacity in two ways. Let me say you perform poorly in the past. That does not really mean you can't perform better now. It doesn't mean you can't perform better. And that's why you have to also study the past. But when you study the past, you're going to realize, okay, this is what I really do wrong. Probably if I've done it this way, I would have performed well. So that's just me talking about capacity. And our commitment. Commitment has to do with your intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation to stay committed to the task. Now, capacity, can I do it? Commitment, am I willing to do it? Am I willing to do it? And one of the ways you can really be willing to perform a task is the joy that comes with achieving that task. Yeah, the joy that comes with. Just imagine the joy you have being the best graduating student. Imagine the benefit you have attaining that results. So all of that alone can actually become what, and it can build or stir up an intrinsic motivation to want to act. It can stir up an intrinsic motivation to want to act. There's one last thing I still want to talk about before smart now. I don't know why I'm not seeing it in my slide. Okay, I'll see it on the flash. Okay. Yeah. And what I want to talk about, I talk about the pre and the post of goal setting. What do I call the pre and the post of goal setting? I discovered something while studying that the word goal. I don't know. I don't think I can lay my hands on the slide now. I can't see that particular aspect of the slide. But I'll just say it on the fly. The word goal means something GOAL as the pre now. When you want to set the goal, the pre word means what? The first G means goals. The O means objectives. I don't know. I can't really lay my hands on the slide. I would have shown you the particular slide. Objectives, but I don't want to waste time. And the A here means that is, are we there? Just a thumbs up to me for still following. Are we there? A thumbs up. Okay, good. Thank you. And okay, A, All right. A means action, and the L means limitless. Limit, sorry. The L means limit. I don't know why I'm not seeing that particular slide. I would have just displayed it now. The L means limits. Just a little bit closer, I'm going to explain it. G means goods. Let someone just type it. Let me be sure we are listening. G means goods. O means objective, and A means action, and L means limits. Do we get that? Just a thumbs up to be sure we get that. A thumbs up, please. I want to be sure we get that. A thumbs up from anyone. Do we get that? Okay, okay. Okay, just as I've been explaining earlier,
I think you should say that again. Can you say that again, please?
Okay, I should say that again. Okay. I don't know. I'm also trying to get this. If I get this slide, I will display it. The word G means goods. Then the word O means that. Oh yeah, O means objective, and A means action. While L means limits. L means limits. Do we get that? I'm still waiting. Did we get that? Do you get that? I can. Okay, yeah. I can see your thumbs up now. Good. So when you think of your goal, as I said, this actually, I'm going to give you it's actually what I call a two-way side of the coin. So this is the I call it pre-goal setting. So that's the full meaning. I have the post too. I'm going to talk about the post when I finish explaining this. The pre-goal setting actually talks about goals. So when you're setting a goal, know that to achieve that goal, you have to grow. Because think of your goal. Goal is actually a place you've not been to. Just like, okay, I want to be the best graduating student. That's somewhere, that's something I would achieve later in life. And for me to really achieve that thing, then it means I must grow. Do we get that? That's the first word, G. So when you really realize that every realistic goal or every good goal should make you grow, becoming a better version of yourself. Now, what do I mean by brain? Goal can be in very way. It's such that, I wasn't reading before, created a system that, every 2 hours I want to meet. As long as I stay committed to that task, it re-engineers what transformation in me, because that 2 hours I will learn something, obviously, and that's a kind of what growth. That's a kind of growth, and that's what I call transformational growth. I won't really go deep into that. I think I made a speech around that some earlier this month, talking about transformational. That's the transformational growth. The growth that has to do with what a renewing of your mind. That before probably you have a misconception about. Let me see something of which example can I give now? You have a misconception about what tribe can actually attain. Probably you believe from your people from your tribe, for instance, they can actually attain some certain level of influence. Like as a lady now, you see this probably as a lady, you believe that as a girl, I can't really go through this length, I can't really go to become a professor for instance. So when you study, you come across people, females are actually attaining that height. You now know that then it means this thing is possible. So that level of understanding or that level of exposure you now have as a result of you studying, as a result of you now reading something and you see something, some people actually achieving that. You now know that this is possible. So you know that every goal you have set will make you, when you to achieve it, you have to grow. You have to grow. Because as I've said earlier, you want to be a boss graduate today. Initially, you're not the kind that, but now you're creating a system that see that you must read. And so other times when you want to read and you're feeling like I don't want to, I'm not feeling myself, I'm not motivated, you know one of the requirements of your goal is what? Growth. I must grow. And growth do not come easy. Yes, growth do not come easy. So that way you see a need for you to really do what to do to achieving that goal. So the second one is objectives. What do I mean on objective? Objective simply means the specific thing you want to achieve. Your specific how will I put it now? Your specific how will I put it? Your specific reason for setting the goal. Yes, you want to be the best graduating student. That's the specific reason. And that specific reason now you want to achieve will force you to grow. That specific reason you want to achieve will make you see the need to read. So you must be specific. Don't just say, oh, and even for the fact you want to be the best graduating student, a better way you can even say, okay, I want to be a first class graduating student. Because it's possible to be the best graduating student and not having a commensurate result. What do I mean? Probably a third class, probably every other person in the department are not so serious. And because you just want to be the best, that alone limits the way you study that. Okay, since everybody is getting 40 something, then it means with 50 something, I'm okay. So you might also think of, okay, let me be first class student then. And that way, you raise the bar high for yourself. So be specific about the objective. Don't just say, for instance, don't just say, I want to lose weight. Tell yourself, I want to lose 10 pounds of weight or 20 pounds of weight. That's what's more realistic. And that way you'll be able to, do your to do to achieve what that I want to be fast. I think time is not my side. Now, action. What do I mean? Don't forget when I started, I said the two letter of the word goal. The word goal is the word goal. G-O. Goal. That's action. You must understand that many people have planned, many people have goal. Yes, I want to do this. But what's distinct achievers from dreamer is what? Action. Your ability to act out your daily activity that will help you materialize that goal. Also, as I said initially, I said you want to be a best graduating students. You have a reading routine of reading 2 to 3 hours daily. If you can stay consistent with that 2 to 3 hours daily and do it in an effective way, you will achieve that goal. You achieve that goal. But situation whereby you're not staying consistent with it, you're not being consistent, you're not even doing it at all, then there's no way you are moving towards that goal. Don't forget earlier, I said goal is what? Is a product of something. So the question now is, what are you doing to achieve that goal? Can we? Okay, I think I lost my internet connection before. Hope you can all hear me now. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you
yes,
hear
it's
me?
better.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you have your goal. Your goal is clearly
It's still cracking out. You're
okay,
still having
properly
the
and
sound.
clearly.
We can't hear you clearly. It's still breaking.
Hear me.
No, no, it's not very
You
good.
can't hear me clearly. So I just can you hear me? Should I just rejoin again?
Okay, we can hear you now.
You can hear me now, right?
Yes, yes, it's better now.
Can you hear me? Okay, it's better. Alright. So what I'm saying is now you already have a clear goal that you know that goal will force you to go. You have an objective, what you want to get at the end of the day. And then you have your action, your to do, like okay, today I read for 2 hours, I read for 3 hours, clearly defined. Then the last one is limit. What do I call limit? Your time bound. So limit there is what your time bound. Okay, this is when I'm going to achieve my goal, and this is how long I'm going to stay with the goal. Just as I've said earlier, we put down your yearly goal to weeks, to years, from years to months, and eventually we broke it down towards to a specific time slot. Is it 2 hours? Is it 3 hours? Is it 4 hours? And you want to do it in the morning, in the evening, or after lunch. So all of that has been settled already. So this timeline is just telling you how long you want to stay on that goal. Do we get that now? Like how long do you really want to stay on that goal? Are you staying there for hours? Are you staying there for minutes? So you have to really define it. Because when you don't define it, you don't even know when you're not spending enough time. And you don't know when the time you're spending is probably not enough to. So when you define it, don't just say, oh, I want to just do it. No, that is not clear enough. You have to be precise about your time, both the time you're starting it and the time you're finishing it. Are we getting that, please? I just want a thumbs up to be sure you're following. Okay, good, good. So that's also what I mean by your pre-goal setting, where you have the goals, you have the objective, you have the action, and then you have the timeline. Do we get that? Now, don't forget, I started by saying goal we go, yes, you have to go alongside the goal because the most important thing is not just the goal set, the most important thing is who you become after the goal. And this is understanding because as I see someone like which popular example can I use now? Otedola. I hope everybody here knows Otedola. You mean Otedola? Okay, good. You know Otedola. Oh, you know there was a time in Otedola's life that he actually lost, like he actually went bankrupt. He lost everything. But because he did not just build goal, he also had system. So when he lost the product, which is the goal, he had a system of what of getting it back. Do you get that? That is, if you actually transform as you achieve your goal, even when the goal is not there, you can set a more better goal and still achieve it. Because in achieving your first goal, you did not just how will I put it? You did not just get there, you did not just achieve it out of a blue moon, but you actually grow yourself to achieve it. Just like someone that did well as an undergraduate. When the person is doing for masters, there's still high chance the person will do it because the habit has been built over time. That's what I'm trying to say there. The habit has been built over time. So that's just the key thing you have to understand about the pre-goal setting. Now the post-goal setting is still the same word but different meaning. The word GOAL is still the same thing there, but just meaning differently. Are we still following? Are we following? Just want a thumbs up from us. Are we following? A thumbs up. Oh, yeah. Good. Thank you. Thank you. But thank you. Alright. So now the post goal setting. What do I call post goal setting? The G here means something else. The G here means guidelines. You know, now we've set our goal that I want to be a first class student, a best graduating student, and my goal or my action is to read 2 to 3 hours, which will not be enough definitely. You know what you want it for you. Just have that. But I'm just someone don't say just example I'm choosing 2 to 3 hours daily. Now the post aspect of it now talks about guidance, that's the G. The O talks about unity. The A talks about are we following achievements, and the I talks about the L talks about legacy. Do we get that? Or should I come again? Do we get that? Or should I come again? Just let me know. Did we get that or should I come again? I'm waiting. Become the best graduating student is clearly defined already. Student, there's the post goal setting. After I've set my goal, what should I be doing currently? And that's where it comes about. That's why it now define the G as guidance. Did we get that? Are we there? The G here, I'm not defining it as guidance. Who is that? Please give it to my. Who is that? Please give it to my.
I'm doing it, don't worry.
Okay. Thank you. Are we getting that now? The G is guidance, the O is opportunity, the A is achievement, and the L is legacy. Do you get that? Opportunity, guidance, opportunity, achievement, and legacy. I just want a thumbs up to be sure we get that. A thumbs up, we get that. A thumbs up to be sure we get that. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. So as I said, now we've already set the goal, we already have goal set. Now the post goal setting period is very now changing. It's now the goal is now becoming a guide for you. That will see how the goal that I'm gonna be the best graduating student. It's now becoming your guide. So you don't just do everything, you have a clear out thing you want to do. because you already have the goal in mind. So over time, it becomes what guides your decision making. It guides where you want to go. It guides where you want to see yourself. It guides the activity you want to be involved in. So you're not just everywhere. Why? Because you have a goal that's giving you a sense of what, a sense of purpose. You have a goal that's making you know that oh, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do. These are the events you can attend. These are the events you can attend. And the reason why you're not attending the event is not because it's not valuable, but because for you at that moment, it's not your priority. For you, you have other things you have to do. Do we get that now? You have other things you want to do, you have other things you want to achieve. So you've learned to prioritize what matters against what other people think, oh, you just have to be there. Why? Because you have something guiding you now. You have something telling you, okay, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, this is what you should spend your time on, this is what you should not spend your time on. Do we get that? I just want to come up from this. Okay, good. So that's why I mean as guide. Because initially when you wanted to set your goal, the one she was standing for was goods. So you can really realize that oh, since I know it's a goods thing, then it means I want to take on some activity I wasn't in before, understanding that I want to be transformed. But as you now, start doing those activities, your goal now becomes a guide. That's just why I want to. It becomes a guide that guides your decision making. It guides the activity you want to be involved in. It guides the choices you're making. It guides, the events you will even attend. Why? Because you really see you sense that oh, you can't really be everywhere, but you have to be somewhere to be effective. So that's just one of what I'm trying to say here. Do we get the concept behind that now? Do we really get that? So for that, just in the terms of okay, good. So time your goal is trying to grow you. But now, it's now becoming right that will do this go and now to be out. So that's just now opportunity. Now, because over time you've been performing well in your department, when opportunity arises, you'll be the first go to their mind that oh, why don't you contact this person? Oh, why don't you contact this guy? So you now see that now, although you've not really achieved that best graduating students per se because you've not finished your 4-year course, but because in 100 level, you're able to attain a commensurable results that people now see that this guy is intelligent, this guy is intelligent. That alone will start driving some certain opportunity towards you. That alone will start making some opportunity comes your way. And that way you start seeing, you now start what? Which now leads to the third one. Achievements. You start achieving some little milestone within your circle before lecturers. You start achieving some little milestone. Do we get the way it actually work now? Do we get it? Especially in the terms of you get it now. So initially you had the products. And that product is something that is distant, it's not close to you. But now because you've realized for you to actually manifest that product, you have a daily to do, your 2 hours, your 3 hours, and as you commit yourself to it, you realize that you don't even have to get to that 4th year, like your final year, to start enjoying some of the progress. So that way, when you see your 100 level, or you see your 200 level, you start celebrating yourself that oh, I'm making progress. Do you not get any logic now? Do you get the logic? In terms of because what this does is that it helps your mind psychologically. You're not starting yourself that oh, it means I can really achieve this psychologically. Then you say something with our mouth, but in our hearts we don't really believe it. So over time, when you experience success, when you experience a level of progress over time, oh, you're able to read for the 3 hours you said you're able to read for, you're able to read for the 4 hours. There's a way you feel, there's this excitement you feel within you. And over time, that alone makes you trust yourself. The will not get the logic now. It makes you trust yourself the more. And that's also what a milestone of what achievement.
Alright, yes, so, we get your point now. Yeah, we also wanted to let you know that there's a question and answer session so that people could also like it can be interactive.
The actual question.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Let me just quickly wrap up. And the legacy aspect of it is now trying to, just as trying to make you now see how that your goal now is not just a still life something, or is a living something, still like me, something that doesn't have life. It's a living something in the sense that beyond the goal, you're having a legacy behind it. And this is what I call a legacy. A legacy now, don't forget, I started by saying how that your system is actually achieved by a fuel called what? Habits. So now that it has become an habit, so even after achieving the best you still have that nature in you, you still have that habit in you that's even helping you to be productive in other area of life. That's also helping you to achieve the highest apex in other area of life. Because as a student, you're not just trying to achieve a product, but you were transformed along the way. So in every other areas of your life, you see yourself reflecting that habit. You see yourself showing forth that habit. And as you show forth that habit, because the end product of that habit is what? Is success. Is product of what? A best graduating student. You see yourself topping every other activity you are achieving in life. And that's where the literacy now comes out, which is the L now. So the first G is what? Guidance. The O is opportunity. The A is achievement. And the L is application. Just let me get the thumbs up if you get that. Why I run through the last aspect of this so we can go. Okay, thank you. Let me just run through the last aspect. There's something I discovered while doing a little research. Yeah, a little research. There's something I discovered. Just as the convener said earlier, she said something about the fact that I was part of the 20-day speaking challenge for the what Guinness Record speaking challenge. I had just thought that was just completed on Sunday. So something happened when I was preparing one of my presentation. I discovered something. Over time, people will tell you something like, "I see my screen now." Yeah, people will tell you something like, "Squeeze a scam, squeeze a scam, squeeze a scam." And when I actually look at it, then I did a study around education. And while doing the study, there's something I discovered. I discovered that the word education is derived from two Latin words, the educare and educare. Educare and educare. When you talk about educare, that's what we have currently as an educational system. Educare talks about, training a person in a specific skill. That is, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse, you want to be an engineer. That's what educate talks about. And that's what our formal education has been built on. When we talk about care now, sorry, educate. When we talk about educate now, that's the CARE. I'm getting that, just a thumbs up. I just want to get something out. Okay, yeah. It talks about drawing out, it talks about building a realistic man. And the reason why I said that is so why we say sometimes school is a scam, the standard. The formal school system we are having is only built on what this educate. This one my course is moving on. This one educate. So if you don't understand the place of educate, which is this one, to draw out, you only be successful in your academics. You won't be successful in every other aspect of life. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it's to say that you can see someone doing well academically, but financially the person is not doing well. You can see someone doing well, as an engineer or as a doctor, but in terms of family, it's not doing well. But that's where this other one to really build this aspect. There will not be a formal school where it's being taught. You have to bring into a personal or a school where I call it the personal growth or the personal development school, where you now start reading book yourself. You pick up book, okay, this month I'm going to read a book on finance, I'm going to read a book on health, I'm going to read a book on spiritual growth, I'm going to read a book on which other aspects now? I'm going to read a book on family life. So gradually, in addition to your normal school, that's the educare now. You're also having a curriculum for your educate. So that way, over time, you become an holistic man. And the reason I explain this is, so at the last end, you will not look back at school and say, "Oh, school is a scam." Why? Because you actually understand that the system of the school is only built to actually grow you in a specific area of life. That's becoming an engineer or becoming a nurse, becoming a software engineer or becoming a mechanical, how will I put it now? Becoming a civil engineer. So the way you get that concept now, so that's where the place of this educate actually comes in. Understanding that, oh, I want to be realistic, I want to build a better life beyond academics. And that's how you are going to see the need for reading. Because over time, some people be like, oh, why do I really have to read all that kind of book? Why do you even have to read other books? Understanding that you have to learn other aspects of your life. You have to learn, you have to go in other area of your life. And when you really realize this, you see the need to read. You see the reason why you have to read beyond your normal school of reading. So I think that's just the major thing I want to say on this aspect of what education. So that way, when you really understand this, you know, oh, you trying to say, okay, picking up a finance book to read is not something you just can see. It's what you have to do. Because the same way you actually go to a formal school to learn about schooling, to learn about what it takes to be a doctor or a nurse or a teacher, it's the same way you have to also learn about other area of your life. So do we get that? Did we really get that concept? I just want a thumbs up from us if you get that. Are we following? A thumbs up. Okay, okay, thank you. So, and the key here is balance. You want to know how to balance your academics and your every area of life. I think I was also telling someone sometimes ago that one of the key things you have to understand even while in school is the fact that education, your current school is an aspect and every other aspect also must be integrated. And one way you can integrate that is to have a stable curriculum that, oh yes, and I struggle to be the best graduating student since I'm in a school formally and I'm there to learn. I will give in a majority of my attention to my academics. And I also create time for other things like building my finance, my knowledge in area of finance, building my knowledge in spiritual
Yeah. Ayo.
aspect,
Ayo, sir.
building my knowledge in mental aspect. Yeah, let me just wrap up.
It's because of time. Ayo, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Because of time, what we'll do is that we'll send the what do they call this, the slide to them, so that in case they have questions for the next 10 minutes, we are wrapping up 6:30 because some persons
Okay.
have other
Okay.
engagements. We want
Questions,
to,
right? Oh yeah,
yes, we
yeah.
want to
Let's
stick to
give time for
time.
the question.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. But we really enjoyed the session. I did enjoy the session, so thank you so much, sir. Yeah, you could go on, ask if anyone have a question for you. Can you
Should
hear
I
me,
go
sir?
on? Okay, if you
Yeah.
have question, let's. If you have question, you want to type or you want to unmute yourself. I think I'm seeing the hand already. You want to unmute yourself or you want to type? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Please ask your question. Ask your question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think Abiba have a question. Abiba, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
My question is that how did you get that motivation in the course of continuing your course? How did you get that motivation to become to be continuously consistent?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. Let me just feel like one. If you one way to actually stir up the motivation is one. The first thing is, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. The first way to actually stir up motivation, is have your. I said earlier. I said your goal is a product, right? Do you
Yeah.
get that? Yeah, I said your goal is a product, which means, for instance, I want to be the best graduating student, right? So the first thing I have to do is make your end goal obvious. And what do I mean now about making it obvious? Make it visible in a simple way. We are in the world of currently, we are in the world of AI and ChatGPT. You can go on ChatGPT, just get an image of yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? Are you following?
Yes, I am.
Get an image of yourself and being the best graduating student. And what do you want to do with the image? When you get the image, you can decide to print the image out, paste it in your study room, like your room or whatever. When you paste it on your room, it means whenever you wake up in the morning, whenever you see that image, you'll be motivated to take on your daily action. Do you get what I'm trying to say now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you'll be motivated to take your immediate action, understanding that in as much as you take your daily action, just your normal daily reading of 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, as the case may be for you, you will see yourself gradually working towards that goal. You see yourself gradually, achieving that goal as little milestone. Do you now get the logic now? So the goal is you want to make your progress obvious, and you want to make your end product also obvious. So when you base that in your home, whenever you wake up in your morning, serve as a way of motivating you. And don't forget, motivation will not always be there. Or what do I mean by that? It will not really last for long. But what will really last for long is that system of the 3 hours you have daily. That, this daily I must really do that. Do you get?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
You get that? Okay. Yeah, yeah. So just have a clear product, just an product of what you want to achieve, and make it obvious. Place it in a place where you can see it consistently, and as you see it, another way of building motivation in mind, also have friends that are going in the same direction with you. Have friends with similar goals. So when you are weak, when you see their own progress, you are not intimidated. No, but rather you are motivated. Do you understand? When you see other high achieving peers, other high achieving friends too, that also can motivate you to achieve your goal. Do you answer your question?
Yes, that's okay.